His chest tasted warm and salty. My lips moved slowly around his nipple, tracing small circles like I always do when I want to drive him wild. I felt him twitch under me. His breathing got heavier. My hand was already wrapped around him, moving in rhythm. I knew what I was doing. We'd done this 100 times. Then it happened. He moaned a name, not mine. I froze, just for a second. Maybe I heard it wrong. Maybe it was a sound, not a word. So I kept going, pretending not to notice, not wanting to ruin the moment. But then he said it again, and louder this time. A name, clear as day. Not mine. Something inside me flipped. My stomach felt weird, like I'd swallowed cold water too fast. But I didn't stop. I helped him finish. I even kissed his cheek, like everything was normal. I didn't ask him about it. I didn't want lies, but I wanted to know. As he rolled over and drifted off to sleep, I stood up slowly and went to the bathroom. The name kept playing in my head like a broken song. I looked at myself in the mirror while washing up. Who is she? Why her name? I had no proof, not yet. But my gut was screaming, and this time I was going to listen. No drama, no tears. Just answers. My name is Alana. Until now, I would have told you I was happily married, 7 years strong. We had the kind of love people posted anniversary slideshows about. At least, that's what I thought. I never really had a reason to doubt him. Maybe because I'm a little too trusting, or maybe because he always came home. He kissed me goodnight, remembered my birthday, and showed love to the kids. That used to be enough. He works in a firm downtown. Long hours, big deadlines, a suit and tie life. I've always been more of a homebody. I run a little baking business from our kitchen. Cookies, cakes, pies. My hands are always covered in flour. And my heart? Well, it used to feel full. We weren't perfect, but we were solid. Or so I believed. Funny how one name, whispered in the dark, can make you question everything. I couldn't sleep that night, not after hearing him moan her name. I lay beside him, staring at the ceiling, pretending everything was okay. But my mind was running wild. Who was she? How long had it been going on? Was it just a dream or something real? The next day, I told myself not to overthink. But my body didn't listen. I started watching him closer. The way he spoke to me, the way he held his phone tighter, and even how he laughed a little too hard at messages I couldn't see. I started checking his phone when he was in the shower. Just quick looks and nothing serious. But every time, it was clean. Too clean, like it had been scrubbed on purpose. One night, I was folding laundry on the couch while he was playing with our kids. I heard his phone buzz, and I glanced at the screen and saw a message. Missed your voice. That was it. That message broke me. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I went inside and engaged my laptop. If he was hiding something, I was going to find it. I searched for ways to track a phone. Quietly. That's how I found Hoverwatch, a spy app. One I could install without him knowing. It would show me everything. Texts, calls, photos, even GPS. That night, while he snored beside me, I installed it. And, in just a few hours, my world changed. There she was. The woman behind the name. They had been talking for almost 2 years. Not just talking, loving. He called her every morning from the driveway before walking into the house. Sent her voice notes when I was cooking dinner, made plans for a weekend getaway, right before Christmas, a beach, just the two of them, no kids, no me. I saw pictures, I heard voice notes. They weren't shy, they weren't sorry. He called her his peace, his soulmate, and the love of his life. Every screenshot I saved felt like another knife in my chest. I thought I'd feel sad, but sadness turned into something else. Fire. There was a life before that app. And now, this. I couldn't unsee it, I couldn't unknow it, but I could do something about it. I didn't cry the next day, or the day after that. Something in me shut off, the tears dried up, the shaking stopped. I wasn't broken anymore, I was planning. I moved in silence, I saved screenshots, voice notes, pictures, and even their phone calls. My gallery turned into a gallery of betrayal. Every file was a weapon. I wasn't rushing, I was waiting, quietly building the kill shot. A few days later, I visited a lawyer. I didn't tell her everything, I just said enough. She gave me the divorce papers, and I kept them safe. I was done waiting for apologies. I locked away my feelings like they were old clothes in a box. Now I was just focused. Exactly 1 week after I first saw that message, I put my plan in motion. It was early, still dark out, and the house was quiet. The kids were asleep, and he was, too. I grabbed his phone, unlocked it like always. First, I changed his Facebook and Instagram profile pictures to her face, smiling, surrounded by cartoon hearts. Then, I flipped the relationship status to open. Next, I uploaded that picture, the worst one. The one where she looked caught mid-act. No filters, no shame. I captioned it, "Meet the new love of my life." Then I went into his settings, changed his phone password to something only he would understand, something he'd feel punched by. And just to make sure he wouldn't hear the calls when the chaos started, I put his phone on Do Not Disturb. I laid it neatly back on his side of the bed. Then I walked to the nightstand and placed the divorce papers right there. Clean, simple, and no words. I had already packed some of our things and moved them to my parents' house. Quietly, no question asked. That morning, I got the kids ready like it was any normal day. Shoes, backpacks, and kisses on the forehead. But before we walked out, I slid a breakup note into his car. Folded. Honest. Final. He was still sleeping when I drove off. No yelling, no fights, just silence. By the time he opened his eyes, I was long gone. But the storm had just started. His phone was buzzing like crazy. Calls came in telling him about the post on his socials and asking if he was hacked. When he decided to view it, he discovered he couldn't unlock it. New password, and he was locked out. The messages and notifications kept pouring in like rain. Facebook was blowing up. Instagram too. Comments, reactions. People tagging people, some laughing, some shocked. His secret wasn't a secret anymore. No more hiding, no more control. He rushed out of the house, barefoot, confused, still half asleep. He knocked on our neighbor's door, borrowed their phone, and called me. I picked up on the second ring. He sounded scared. "What did you do? What's the password? Please." I said it slowly, calmly. "The password is something you should already know." Then I hung up. He called again, and again. I didn't answer. A few hours later, the second bomb went off. Ava's husband, the other betrayed one, saw the photo, the caption, the love notes, and everything. And just like that, their family blew up too. I had also tagged her in the posts I made. It wasn't just my revenge anymore. It was a double detonation. But fire burns in every direction. My phone started ringing. His mother, sister, and aunt. They weren't asking why he cheated. They were mad at me for making it public. "Why didn't you handle it like a woman? You embarrassed the family. You've destroyed his career." I said nothing because I didn't care about saving their shame. But then my daughter asked, "Mommy, will Daddy come stay with us?" And that hurt more than anything. I looked at her tiny face and wondered, what will she think of me when she's older? Will she understand? Or will she just remember the day everything changed? Sometimes I sit with that question. Am I the villain now too? Just when I thought it was over, I got a message. It was from her, the other woman. For a second, I didn't want to open it, but curiosity pulled my hand. The message wasn't angry. It wasn't defensive. It was sad. She wrote, I didn't know you were alive. He told me you died in childbirth. I read it 3 times, slowly. He didn't just cheat. He didn't just lie. He erased me. Told her I was dead while I was at home packing lunch boxes, baking birthday cakes, folding his socks. I thought I had seen the worst already. But this was deeper and darker. I went back and looked at everything with new eyes. All those years he refused to post me online. Said he wanted to protect our privacy. Not everything needs to be public, he'd say with a smile. But it wasn't privacy, it was deception. He had scrubbed me from his world like I never existed. And he built another life. One where I was just gone. I called her back and she apologized for hurting me. She told me that everyone at the office knew him as a single guy. No wife, no kids. That's when it hit me. His boss, who was also a close friend of the family, had to know. There were times I called the office looking for him, and his boss would cover for him. There were several trips he took, and for work, he always said. Was it true or just a ruse? His boss was in on the lie, helping him cover his tracks. Everything I had done for revenge suddenly felt small. I thought I had burned his world down, but he had already built another one, far from the ashes of the life I thought I knew. Sitting on the edge of my bed, phone in hand, I asked myself the hardest question yet. Was it enough? Or should I have gone further? Because now, it wasn't just about betrayal. It was about being erased. At that moment, I just wanted the divorce to be a done deal. I blocked him from every means to reach me. It's time I start planning my life with just me and the kids.
If you loved this twist, just wait. There's more where that came from. Watch the next revenge story now and see karma strike again. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep the stories coming.